right, what's up, everybody? You know what time it is. You know why we're here. We got to document Travis's NFL debut. So, what's up, Sunfire Brown? Good to see you. And yeah, it looks like we've got about 15 minutes until the Jaguars Steelers game starts. And I'm just going to be here watching it with whoever else wants to hang out and watch it, chop it up. You might even experiment with having some people call in to the show tonight. So if that's something you're interested in doing, let me know in the chat and I can maybe set that up. I'm going to have the graphic here on screen. As you can see, we'll be looking at the stats and obviously the Gamecast as the game progresses. And yeah, just rooting for our guy Travis. Last I heard, Cam Silman Craig and DJ Green were also both in Jacksonville. So be looking out for all of our buffs that we can watch. And just like Shadore last night had a legendary, goodness gracious, what a night Shadore had. I know he said that he apologized to Coach Prime for not doing better, but what more could the Browns ask for? What more could any team ask for in a quarterback than the performance that Shadore gave last night? And I've already heard some of the naysayers today on other channels, and I don't care. I'm calling it. I called it before the game yesterday. He's going to have a legendary career. He looked like a seasoned NFL quarterback yesterday, and he hasn't even been getting reps. And he is playing with second and third string players for the Cleveland Browns. So I call it a legendary performance. It was. He won the game. They controlled the game. He only played for part of, almost 3 quarters or 2.5 quarters. So as we talked about in the live stream last night, Shadore intellectually begins to pick the defense apart the further the game goes on, because he has that chess player football IQ where he's figuring out the defense, figuring out the looks, the disguises, the deceptions, the patterns, their strategy. And as the game goes on, he picks teams apart. So his stats, I pause because I hear the haters in my head saying, you don't know what he would have done, but like we do. Just like that looked like another CU game. It just looked like the next CU game or the next Jackson State game. He didn't look like a rookie. He didn't look flustered. He didn't even look like he belonged. He looked like one of the best players on the field, because he is. And so tonight we're going to see Travis. Reports are that we're going to get to see him on both sides of the ball. So that will be, of course, legendary in its own right. And we're just going to be here to mark the occasion the same way we like to mark all the historic occasions that occur with the Buffs or the Sanders family or our former Buffs in the NFL, especially the only the second Heisman Trophy winner to ever come from CU, R.I.P. Rashaan Salam. And so much love and respect to Travis, and I expect him. I don't know how long they'll let him play tonight, but I expect to see some fireworks. You guys know how competitive he is. Just like Shadore last night, they both take every rep, whether it's a practice rep, a scrimmage, a preseason game, whatever it is. Those guys do so well because of their intensity. And they get that from Coach Prime. They get that from the NFL coaching staff at CU. And it's amazing to see it pay dividends at the next level. And I know we're starting to see the fruits of what Coach Prime is building in Boulder. But man, Shadore put everybody on notice last night. I know that every quarterback in the NFL, from Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Jared Goff, whoever you want to talk about, all of them, if they watched the game or they watched Shadore's highlights, every one of them, Tom Brady, retired quarterbacks, whoever, anybody that's played, them watching Shadore's highlights back, if they didn't know, now they know. He I was like jumping up and down in my chair last night in real time, talking about how amazing some of the throws that he made were. And, you know, he had a 2 or 3 what we would all call bad throws, which, again, we're grading him against perfection. So set that aside. The good throws that he made were like that. And you saw so many people on Twitter, YouTube, giving him his flowers and saying, wow, that was remarkable for a day one rookie. It's a preseason game, whatever. It's his first game in the NFL. Preseason game is still a game. And the man looked like one of the best players on the field. And he's playing with backups. That's how it's going to be. Lost my camera. Sorry guys, hold on a second here.
Let's go.
Bear with me. Gotta get my camera back up. We've got about 8 minutes before the game starts, and we're just gonna be hanging out watching it live, guys. See if I can figure out this camera. All right, I think the camera's back. I just have to adjust a couple of settings as it had to reboot. So, sorry guys, but we do still have about 7 minutes before the game starts, so not missing anything yet.
Let's go. Boulder, Colorado.
Okay, we're almost back. All right, guys, sorry about that, but we are back, and right now on NFL Network, we're seeing the end of the Vikings against the Texans, and the Vikings are up 20-10 on the Texans, and they just drove into the red zone, so it looks like the Vikings are going to take this particular preseason game. And then up next, we should have our guy, Travis Hunter. Hopefully we'll get to see some Cam Craig, the Shark. Get to see the Shark. Get to see maybe some DJ Green. I know there's mixed feelings out there on Trevor Lawrence. I like Trevor Lawrence because I went to Clemson, if some of you guys don't know, and watched every game of Trevor Lawrence's career and was super impressed with him as a quarterback. Up until I started seeing Shadore in person for every game, and seeing both in person, also seeing every single game Deshaun Watson played, you know, before at Clemson, you know, before we knew about the massage rooms and whatnot. It's not really funny, but it's just awkward. So, but he was a great quarterback, and I think Shadore is better than both of those guys, having seen them, the other two play every game, and then seeing all of Shadore's games at Colorado. I would take Shadore every time, and we will have to see as history progresses if that plays out. But it's cool to see Travis getting to play with Trevor Lawrence. I think Trevor Lawrence will do a great job getting Travis the ball. He's a very accurate passer when he has time. I That's one. He's got really good timing, like Shadore has really good timing. I think Shadore has a better variety of throws in his arsenal. I haven't followed Trevor as much since he's gone into the NFL. I mainly focus on college football, but man, Shadore and Travis are just such special human beings. You can't help but you guys already know, Shadore has the number 2 selling rookie jersey in all of NFL history, except for one other person. We talked about who that person was on the stream last night. You guys know who the only person ahead of Shadore in rookie jersey sales in the history of the NFL is his dad, Coach Prime. So how amazing that you've got Deion Sanders and Shadore Sanders, the 2 highest selling rookie jerseys in NFL history. And guys, NFL Network is cutting to footage of Travis Hunter. He's got the Jacksonville teal tops, white bottoms, black helmet, and man, it's just deja vu from all the CU games, and they cut away pretty quick, so I didn't really see his demeanor, his expression, but I'm sure they will be showing a lot of Travis Hunter when they go back. Now they've cut back to the end of the Minnesota Texas game, so looks like about 3 minutes till that broadcast starts, and we will have the ESPN Gamecast up here on the screen, and maybe even experiment with having some people call in tonight if any of you guys feel the urge to talk some ball, talk some life, whatever you're feeling. The objective is just to hang out and witness a historic night. Like last night was a historic night. Shadore's NFL debut, and tonight we have NFL debut of Travis Hunter. So we're not going to do live watch-alongs for every game they played this season. Although if Shadore starts again, you never know, because these are legendary events for people who are following Shadore's career and rooting him on and wishing him all the success that he deserves and has worked so hard for. So got Justin Jefferson on the sideline with the buttons, with the iced out, but in street clothes. So I was glad to hear that he's going to play tonight. You never know, but also if you know Travis Shadore, you know what it would do to either one of those guys to sit out. Shadore was mad when he got pulled out in the third quarter. Not mad, but you could tell he even said, he wanted to keep playing. He was just getting warmed up. And I don't know how long they'll keep Travis in tonight. We probably will cut the live stream when they pull Travis out, expecting that they probably will not play him for too long. But again, guys, just to hang out with people rooting on our CU Buffs in the NFL and documenting the occasion to see what they do, and hopefully witnessing some more greatness, because when Shadore, Travis, either one of those guys is on the field, it could be a play that you'll remember for the rest of your life, any given play. And some of those highlights from Shadore last night will stick in my memory for a long time, because he made some NFL caliber throws, but he's been making those throws his whole life. It's just gratifying to see what we all expected to see. And we all know it could have been even more, and he only got 2.5 quarters. And we know he picks the defense apart. Also in the NFL, it's a different game. It's not about trying to compete with everybody so much on the passing stats. I mean, it kind of is, but it's going to be a lot more team-oriented, a lot more winning-oriented. Not that last year wasn't, but last year was so concentrated talent-wise in the skill players and struggling in the trenches that CU could only do so much and had to rely on Shadore and Travis a lot more than even a Browns NFL team is going to. So you could tell also Shadore stopped short of saying anything that could throw his previous CU lines under the bus. But you could tell he had a little smile on his face when he's like, man, that offensive line. I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was basically like, oh, I got to drive a Maybach tonight. I got to ride in a Cadillac tonight compared to the time that I'm used to having running for my life. And we saw him scramble a couple of times for big first downs, a couple of times avoiding sacks that could have been, some of those scary drift sacks, which are some of our only critiques on Shadore, my critique. But it's, again, grading him against perfection, because what other rookie, maybe Cam Ward, we'll see how Cam Ward does. I don't know if he played yet today, because I wish Cam Ward the best, but I mainly focus on college football. But I think Travis and Shadore are different just because also the amount of haters that they both had. I just want to see them validate all of us who have known from the time we first saw either of them play, that just like Shadore last night, not only do they belong, but they're going to do the same things in the NFL that they've done their entire lives, because that's what winners do. And those guys are both winners, and we're still waiting for NFL Network to go live with the coverage of the Jaguars. They're in the studio right now. They've cut away from the Texans-Minnesota game, and the Jacksonville game is coming up next. It's supposed to start at 5 o'clock. It's 5:02, so we should be going live to the game any minute. We'll have the Gamecast here on the screen. As far as I know, nobody's gotten any kind of copyright strikes or anything with YouTube for showing the Gamecast, but if you show any of the picture or audio, they will take down your stream real quick. They'll strike your channel. So I watch it on closed captions. You guys can watch it along wherever you are, synced up to the clock here on the screen, so we'll be at the same part of the game. Again, I'm watching it live, so if you're watching it live, we'll be watching it together. And you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments. If anybody does have the desire to call in at any point, I haven't tried that yet, but I do technically have it set up, so you can experiment and see if it works. But yeah, everybody, we're just waiting for NFL Network to go live to, are they playing in Jacksonville or Pittsburgh? Let's see here. You guys know, you can tell me in the chat. Jacksonville, 82 degrees. 82 degrees. It's time to see that work on both sides of the ball. Reports are that Travis is going to get reps on offense and defense, so a legendary night that we have to document on the channel. Just getting it on the record that I'm predicting Travis to have a huge career. I'm predicting him to play. A lot of it is up to the coaches, but I think that he's going to be balling out so much on both sides of the ball, just like Coach Prime. I think he's going. Will he play as many snaps as he did in college? No, I don't think so. But I also take Coach Prime at his word and his experience when he says the NFL game is slower. Travis is going to be. It's going to be easier for him to play more reps in the NFL than in college. That's what Coach Prime has said when he's asked about it. That he's going to get more time to breathe. But you know, we wonder about the wear and tear in the NFL, because I believe the wear and tear has got to be probably as bad as college, but they play more years, so you know, it just inevitably takes a toll on everybody's body. But who knows better than Coach Prime? Who knows the NFL better than Coach Prime? Who knows about receivers getting hit, you know, and wear and tear on receivers? Better than Coach Prime, of course, some receivers, but next to that, the guy who's in their face is Coach Prime. the DB. And so when he says that Travis is going to be able to do the same thing in the NFL, wait and see. I take him at his word. I trust Coach Prime's expert opinion. I know he knows better than me. I know he knows better than 99% of the people watching on YouTube. So I'm predicting Travis is going to have way more impact on both sides of the ball than a lot of the commentators and pundits and online people tend to say that he will right now. I think he's going to have a legendary career, just like Shadore. I think they're going to be as remarkable in the NFL as they have been in high school and college. And so, again, the objective of this tonight, guys, is to document these predictions, to hang out with other fans of the Sanders family, the CU family, the Hunter family, because you know we got Travis coming up next. I hope Travis comes to CU. I can't picture him going anywhere else, but you know, with the NIL nowadays, you can't blame a young man for making whatever decision he feels is best for him and his family. I know Travis is going to be biased towards trying to send Travis to Boulder, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But we wish Travis the best no matter where he goes. Can't wait to see him ball out, even if it's at a rival school, because we root for good people over here. And how do you know Travis is a good person? Well, Travis's whole crew, the whole time they were in Boulder, he would hold events all the time, and he would stay until the last autograph was signed. He would interact with media, people like me, just, you know, amateur YouTube media. All his friends were nice. Everybody in that whole crew were just good people, including Travis. So yeah, we met Travis a bunch of times last year as he was coming to Boulder to watch Travis's Heisman season. And guys, we just got Kickoff in the Jags game. They've got a split screen going on. Who's returning the Jags? Jags getting the ball first. So we're going to see Travis on offense. See who's playing quarterback. Travis is in the game. Trevor Lawrence is in the game. All right, let's go. ETN is in the game. All right, let's go. We got some starters playing for the Jags to support our guy, Travis. See how long it takes for them to get Travis the ball. Let me get the Gamecast up here for you guys. There we go. All right. Trevor Lawrence is under center. Travis looks to be in the slot. It's a split screen. They've got Dallas on the other side, so it's smaller than it should be. Yeah, that was Travis in the slot on the top side of the screen. And we've got a false start on the offense. This is the preseason. There you go. Play one. False start. Travis is tapping the lineman on the head who false started. I don't know if the lineman is a fellow rookie or not, but if the lineman's a veteran, that's funny. You tap him on the head. Hey, come on, big fella. All right, here we go. Now we got Trevor out of the shotgun, ETN in the backfield, Travis in the slot. 1st and 15. All right, Trevor completes a pass to Brian, number 7. Brian Thomas. Who's number 7? I don't know the Jags players, guys. I don't know the Steelers players. I'm here to watch Travis. I'm here to hopefully see BJ Green, Cam Silman-Craig. Also, having being a Clemson alum, I love to see Trevor Lawrence do well, and ETN as well. So, you know, pardon me if I don't know all the other players' names. We got ETN going up the middle for maybe about 3 yards. And it will be what do we got here? I gotta fix this graphic for you guys. Here we go. 3rd and 4. Third and 5. All right. Shotgun. Travis is in motion, going back to the slot. shotgun. Trevor hits Travis on a quick little in route from the slot. They're going to be a little bit short of the first down. Trevor was calling to go for it. It looks like the coach may have shut him down. But there's Travis's first catch, guys. And he took a hit from 2 players. Nothing, drastic, but welcome to the NFL type vibes. So we got 4th and 1. It looks like coach is letting him go for it. Let's see what they dial up. We've got Lawrence under center here, guys. 4th and 1. Lawrence under center. They run a reverse to number 5, and they got the first down. And he gets body slammed at the end of the play. And a little bit of going back and forth. That was another welcome to the NFL hit. Again, guys, I'm not knowing all the Jags players. I'm not sure who number 5 is, but they gave it kind of a slot reverse to number 5. He got the first down, and then best way to describe the tackle was body slam. Lifted up, you know the rest. But he got up and he was talking, so he's good. All right, we got Lawrence under center, 1st and 10, 49-yard line. Ooh. Lawrence threw a great pass to number 7 on kind of a deep hook route. Hit him right in the hand, but he got popped by the safety coming in, looking like Shiloh Sanders, and dropped it. Ooh, number 22 for the Steelers, laying the wood, as we used to say. I look at the closed captions to try to get the names of the players for you guys, but I can't pretend like I know them because the closed captions get the names wrong so often that I would just look crazy if I just trust the closed captions and try to tell you who's getting the ball besides Lawrence, Etienne, Travis. All right, so Lawrence just completed a pass. Looks to be for a first down to the tight end. Another little 10-yard quick in route. Good pass, first down. Jags are driving. Travis has been out of the game for the last couple of plays. No, he's back in. Okay, Travis back in the game. All right, we got Lawrence under center, 1st and 10, Jags at Steelers 40. Hand off to Etienne. To the left side of the line, gets about 1 or 2 yards. Got 11:22 left in the first quarter. And Travis still in the game, looking for big things from Mr. Hunter tonight on both sides of the ball, apparently. Apparently Travis is going to get looks on both sides of the ball. The stream will probably last, guys, until they pull Travis out of the game. Lawrence fakes the handoff, ends up throwing it to Etienne as a safety valve. Etienne runs for 12 or 13 yards. The Jags are driving down to about the 38 of the Steelers. Man, let's see the first touchdown go to Travis. Wouldn't that be perfect timing? Perfect timing. Let's see them get Travis Hunter his first touchdown on this first drive of the game. I've got to think both the Jags coaching staff and the Steelers coaching staff are looking out. And even if they just have to put extra attention on Travis and it opens up other players to score more easily, you're getting your value out of Travis. Green to Travis Hunter, guys. Oh, making a move. It's about 7 yards, and we got flags on the play. And the Steelers are welcoming Travis to the NFL. There, but we saw every team that played Travis wanted to hit him with everything that they've got. So it's not going to be anything new for him. The man has put on layers and layers and layers of muscle. He's way denser than people think when you're standing next to him. Super broad shoulders, super thick torso, big legs for as skinny as he is. I mean, the dude is all muscle. So hopefully, as the years go on in the NFL, he's just going to get bigger and bigger and use that muscle to protect against, hey, these guys want to take him out of the game. And they're taking that wasn't too bad of a hit on the replay. 3 people hit him, so in real time, it looked like 3 people converging on him. When they showed it back in slow-mo, it wasn't very violent. But we're just, these are things we have to look out for a guy who's going to play both sides of the ball. It's just the reality of the NFL. Lawrence throws a short out route to number 11 for about 4 yards on second down. Washington. So we got 9.5 minutes left in the first quarter, guys. We are going to be streaming for as long as Travis is in the game and just documenting the legendary NFL debut of one of the first true two-way players in a long time. Trevor Lawrence out of the shotgun, 2nd and 15, drops back. He's going to scramble up the middle. He gets hit. He gets landed on, and he only got about 2 yards. So again, guys, I take Shadore. I mean, Trevor Lawrence is... I don't think he's as highly regarded as he was when he first came into the league in his first couple of seasons. He's still a highly regarded NFL quarterback, and to me, give me Shadore's performance last night. Okay, different teams, different mix of starters, whatever. Still saying, predict Shadore is going to be one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history by the time he's done. Got another pass to Travis over the middle. He's hemmed up pretty quick. It's going to be 4th down. He gained 3 or 4 yards. They're just, I don't like the play call for Travis right now. I don't know if this is what just the defense is giving them, and so they're having to, we've lost the camera again, guys. Apologies. Bear with me. We'll get it set back up. We'll get it back up. I don't know why the camera's glitching out, if it's that I was recording in a higher resolution tonight than last night or what, but that's the second time in this stream. But we are on commercial, guys, and as you can see,
Let's go.
oh, with the camera going out, I lost track of who had the ball, and I am not sure if the Gamecast is up, so let's reload the Gamecast. It says Jags ball, 1st down, but I did not think it was 1st down Jags, but maybe I missed something while the camera went out. Anyway, guys, we are here to document Travis's historic NFL debut, reported to be on both sides of the ball, supposedly getting reps on both sides of the ball tonight. So we're here to witness history, to document it just for the sake of this channel, to predict, just like we are for Shadore, that both of these guys are going to have Hall of Fame level NFL careers. Say what you want. I already know what all the haters say. I've heard it all. That's why I'm making my video, and I'm documenting my opinion, and we will see. We'll see who's right. I've been right about Travis before since they both came on my radar, and I've said that they were undeniable from the beginning, and that they're going to thrive in the NFL. And so this is part of just documenting that for the channel's history. So as the years go on, and we know how the haters move the goalposts, guys. We know they every year it's a different critique. It's like, oh, you gotta do this, oh, you gotta do that, and it's always different. And you say, but yeah, last year you said whatever, and they already didn't. They don't, you know how it goes. These people are moving the goalposts. So we're just documenting, you know, what we know is going to happen. And it's here to prove us wrong if we're wrong. But I think that both Shadore and Travis are going to have Hall of Fame level NFL careers. I think that there's some shenanigans going on with the depth chart and Shadore and the ownership and the coaching staff. And I'm not going to pretend to be able to figure it all out and what it is. I mean, I got some guesses, like some of you guys got some guesses. I got some guesses, but to be objective, I will just say shenanigans suspected by me, you know, alleged shenanigans, it looks like to me, in my opinion. However, the more times Shadore Sanders touches the ball, if he didn't already do it last night, it's just undeniable. Which other you're going to put Flacco in? What are you going to get from Flacco last night that you did not get from Shadore? Huh? Which throw is Flacco going to make better than Shadore? Okay, if we're grading him against perfection, there were 2 or 3 throws that were poor. What about the rest of them? He threw some amazing balls. And looks like NFL Network has switched to Rams and the Cowboys, so I got to see if this is temporary, you guys, or if I've got to change my channel here that I'm watching. Bear with me a second. Yeah, they definitely switched to a different channel. So I've got to got my remote here, so just bear with me. I'm going to find the Jags game. Hopefully. If they took it completely off, then my reason for streaming will be over. Just here to watch Travis. Hopefully get to see DJ Green. Hopefully Cam Tillman Craig. All former Buffs that we're looking to root on. If anybody knows in the chat what channel the game got moved to, let me know. Why? Okay, I'm biased. I'll answer my own question. Let's see. Why would anybody want to watch anything over Travis Hunter's 2-way debut? Even if I'm a hater, I feel like I'd rather watch Travis Hunter than the Rams and the Cowboys. If anybody knows the channel situation, let me know. I am searching the directory. Don't know what NFL Network is thinking. I'm just scrolling, looking for the game, you guys. Anybody knows, help me out. Ducey can't find it either. Oh, this is crazy. What is going on? Why are we even trying to cut back and forth? Again, I know I'm biased, but seriously, like, who's gonna have better ratings? I mean, prove me wrong. If somehow the Rams and the Cowboys are gonna have better ratings than Travis Hunter, I need to see that to believe it. I would not take somebody's word for that. So why cut away from Travis Hunter's debut? What? Biting my tongue to not say expertise, y'all. So it doesn't appear to be on any other channel. The only thing that I can assume, since I am watching it muted on closed captions, maybe they cut to the Rams-Cowboys game, hopefully because something exciting was happening, and they're going to cut back. We'll see. Right now it's on commercial, back on NFL Network. Miss Southern Belle says, I don't have it here in the DMV market, listening to it on Sirius XM. Yeah, and I can't listen to it because all of that audio is super copyrighted and bad for the channel. So being able to watch it on mute and read closed captions is like the best that I can be able to do if I'm on a live stream. If it doesn't come back on TV, then I'll have to hop off and listen to it on the radio as well, I suppose. But hopefully this is temporary and they're going to get back. Maybe Travis Hunter has not been put in on defense yet. If any of you, Miss Southern Belle, listening to the game, is Travis playing defense? Because if he's not playing defense, maybe they're just showing the Jags while Travis is playing. If Travis is playing defense and they're cutting away, I want to throw my remote. You know, not that that would help anything, but I'm just like, are you kidding me? You're gonna cut away from one of the first true two-way players of all time debut. Okay, it's a preseason game, whatever. It's still his NFL debut. That doesn't make any sense. But we'll wait and see. We're still on commercial. Cross our fingers, hope for the best. Right now we're showing clips of Cam Ward. So, Cam Ward playing against Shiloh tonight. Okay, that's cool. I hope Shiloh gets a lot of reps and falls out. And I expect that he will make Tampa Bay. Okay, what are we doing NFL Network? We are showing the Rams and the Cowboys. The Rams are driving. Maybe this is a red zone type broadcast. The Rams are right on the goal line looking to score, and it's a 0-0 game. So I assume the NFL Network is showing this for that reason. I'm also hoping, I'm trying to see if anybody in the chat can let me know, is Travis playing on defense? Because on the Gamecast, we've got 3 scores that have happened in the Steelers-Jags game, and it's not on TV. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Okay, I gotta see what Susie is talking about here. I'm on YouTube TV, so I'm seeing like no option to switch the games. What are we doing, NFL Network? Come on. I'm here to see Travis Hunter. Man. I feel like Travis playing both ways is as big of a deal as I feel like Travis playing both ways is as big of a deal as Shadore starting, and I cannot for the life of me understand why NFL Network would be showing the Rams versus the Cowboys in any market. Like in LA and in Dallas, the local channels should be showing this game. But NFL Network, which is a national level broadcast, NFL Network should be, again, I know that I'm biased, but show me how this game is going to get better ratings than Travis Hunter playing two ways. That's, I guess, what we're talking about, Mac. It's crazy. And I'm sitting here scanning through my TV, trying to find what I'm missing. And we got, thank you, Miss Southern Belle, for the update. I'm stumbling over my words here because I'm so upset. But Pittsburgh just scored. And this Southern Bell was Travis playing defense. You know if Travis was playing defense. If Travis was not playing defense and they showed all of his offensive reps, maybe they are only showing that game when Travis is in the game, in which case I'm cool with that. But I don't want to miss him playing the defensive reps. I'm here to see the history of a true two-way player proving all the haters wrong. That's what I'm here for. So if anybody knows, maybe, let's see, let me go to the Gamecast and look at stats. See if Travis has any defensive stats. Let's see if we can find. I'm looking for Travis Hunter's name anywhere on the defensive side of the ball. Man, they're playing with us, y'all. Like, they're playing with us, knowing how many people are trying to watch Travis right now. And they may, I don't see his name on the defensive play-by-play highlights. So here, if you can see on screen, we have Jacksonville receiving, so we have Travis Hunter right there. I do not see any Travis Hunter defensive stats. So guys, we're gonna make a hypothesis here. We're going to make a guess that NFL Network is only gonna show that game when Travis is in the game, which I'm okay with. But as soon as we see that he's, well, if they come back from commercial right now and the Jags are on offense and Travis is in the game and they're not showing it, then my hypothesis will be wrong. But I'm thinking they're just going to show it. The Jags have the ball. So we're going to see what NFL Network comes back with. If they come back, the Jags have the ball and Travis is in the game, then the hypothesis may still be good or accurate that they're just going to show Travis's reps and he hasn't maybe played any reps on defense yet. So in the meantime, yeah, Max says Tampa is playing right now also. So if I could just watch and hopefully get to see Shiloh play, I would do that, but I hate having to pick, and I'm recording that game, so I'll get to watch it back. But if I'm going to live stream and I have to pick between live streaming Travis starting two ways, which is that was the rumor, or I think it was even confirmed from the coaching staff, versus I expect Shiloh to get a lot less reps. I hope that I'm wrong. Okay, we're back to the Jags. They're showing, okay, so they're catching us up on TV on the Steelers drive as if because of this ESPN Gamecast, we know that we're behind the game. But if you were just watching, now it looks like they're just coming back to the Steelers with the ball. So we know the Steelers are about to score. But we're getting a look at the Jags defense. I do not see Travis Hunter on defense yet for the Jaguars. So anyway, we are back on the Jacksonville Steelers game on NFL Network. And on my screen, the game is at 4:09 in the first quarter and counting. And the Steelers have 0 on the scoreboard, so we already know that they're going to score. And I'm fast forwarding just to make sure I am live on what I'm watching, and I am. But again, because we have the ESPN Gamecast right here, we know that we're behind what NFL Network is showing us. So I'm going to watch the TV and not pay as much attention to the Gamecast right now until hopefully we catch up. But I do not see, the good news is I think my Well, no, my hypothesis is not correct because now they're going back and showing the Jags game, and Travis Hunter isn't even in the game. But it does not look like Travis has gotten a defensive rep yet. So, yep, Theon seeing the same thing as we are, that they just came back to the Jags game. On my screen, there's 3 minutes and 5 seconds left in the first quarter. The Steelers are driving. We know that they're going to score, and they hit a post route over the middle for the score to wide receiver number 80. Big dude. Who is that? Washington. Right on. So I don't know Steelers players. I don't know Jags players other than my Clemson guys, ETN and Trevor Lawrence. But we are here for our CU Bucks NFL debut, mainly Travis Hunter, to document him hopefully getting reps on both sides of the ball. So far, he's gotten a few looks on offense. Nothing remarkable. They look like they're kind of maybe just getting him into the flow of the game, letting him take some NFL hits over the middle and, just get that blood flowing. And hopefully we'll see some fireworks coming up soon from Travis Hunter. Pittsburgh just scored on NFL Network. My screen shows 2:56 left in the first. Not paying attention so much. I'm not going to pay attention to this right now because it is ahead of the NFL Network broadcast. And Mrs. L&L, thank you. Cameron is number 32 on the Jags. Did you look that up, or has he gotten any reps yet? I was looking for Travis. I did not even look for the Shark on our last series like I should have. So let me know, has Cameron gotten any reps yet? All right, on TV, they switched back to Dallas and the Rams. But I'm hoping that, I guess this is how they get us to watch both games. I should have figured it out sooner, but that's what it is. They're going to show all of Travis's reps, but it might be on a delay so that they can stitch in this Rams-Dallas game and get their viewership up on that off of Travis's numbers, I guess. That's my own personal opinion, because to me, the local markets, Dallas and LA, should be showing this game. Sure, that's fine, of course, yeah. In the greater Dallas area, in the greater LA area, they, of course, should be showing this game. But NFL Network comes in to fill in the national gaps of, like, these are the huge games happening outside of your market. And from that angle, you've got to show me the Jags game, man. Like, and they know what they're doing is so frustrating, man. So frustrating. Complaining about it's not going to change it, but hey, it is what it is. And I don't know when we get people, if people are tuning in recently, if they just started watching, if they've been watching. NFL Network is cutting back and forth between the Jags-Steelers game and the Rams versus the Cowboys. And it is what it is. We're experiencing it live in real time, just like you guys. So Mrs. L&L was saying, Cameron Silman Craig, also a buff that we're looking out for. We need to know BJ Green's number 2. We're looking out for Cam Silman Craig, former buff. We are looking out for BJ Green, Cam Silman Craig, and of course Travis to get reps on both sides of the ball. So that's what we're here for tonight, guys. When they do pull Travis out of the game, I will probably go ahead and cut, unless Shiloh is getting reps playing against Cam Ward, which is super exciting. I really hope Shiloh gets to play. If you know that Shiloh's getting reps in the chat, let me know. If I switch back and forth, I'll start watching that game and I'll forget to flip back and I'll miss Travis's first touchdown. So I don't want to do that unless we find out for sure. that Shiloh's in and getting reps for Tampa Bay. And I hope he picks Cam Ward. No offense, Cam Ward. It's all love, all respect. But I hope Shiloh gets a pick 6 on you for the haters. For everybody who said that Shiloh would not make an NFL team. They're wrong. It's a matter of time. And again, just another prediction that we're documenting. If I'm wrong, you guys anybody can clip this video and be like, see, Love and Liberty doesn't know what he's talking about. But they don't have any of those clips right now because I've been right on all the NFL predictions that we've made about the Buffs so far, except for Shadore going first round, which is a travesty, and I will stand on as what I'm going to say, he's going to have an NFL Hall of Fame level career. That's my prediction. It's just my opinion. And it will be here. It will be on the channel. It's documented last night, tonight. I think the same thing for Travis. And I think that they're both going to be durable. I think that they both work so hard on their fitness and recovery. I didn't see Shadore, and I don't know if I hadn't seen him in person so many times, and also me being into fitness, I kind of tend to analyze other people just without even trying to. And Shadore has both gained muscle and gotten leaner since he's left Colorado. He's gained muscle and he's leaner. On one of his 2 scrambles, I really noticed that the V shape, his waist is leaner, whereas in Colorado, I think there was, you eat to bulk up. I think they were trying to get Shadore as big as possible to protect him. But now he's big and lean, and that's going to make him faster. So those guys, Travis, you see a lot of his physical work because he shows it in his own YouTube videos. He's got a very customized personal trainer, very customized exercise and recovery program dialed in for what he does. But the point is, when I say that I think they're both going to have Hall of Fame careers, I'm not saying it with the asterisk of like if they stay healthy. I predict that these guys will stay healthy. I predict that they will be respected NFL players, that other players are not. I hope, knock on wood, I think they're going to be the type of players that other players respect and don't want to do dirty. They don't want to look like goofball from CSU who cheap-shotted Travis 2 years ago. They don't want that to be their ESPN highlight because NFL players know how classless and ridiculous that looks. And I hope that there's not going to be defensive coordinators, putting in the third string for those kind of things like we saw Kansas do, to Shadore with the dude who took the knee shot. I don't think we're going to see that kind of stuff at the pro level. And I knock on wood. And otherwise, I think that Shadore and Travis work so much harder than your average player, but they're going to be healthy. They're going to have long careers. They're going to improve and get better as the seasons go on, which the sky is the limit for both of those guys. NFL Network is back. We are watching unfortunately, the Rams versus the Cowboys. We've talked about it. I don't understand why NFL Network is going back and forth between these games. We expect that they will cut back to the Jags game, but it is what it is, and this is part of documenting tonight is why are they not showing Travis Hunter's 2-way debut? What am I missing that makes the Rams-Cowboys game more watchable to a national audience than Travis Hunter's debut? I know I'm biased. I know that. So tell me what I'm missing. Okay, Love and Liberty, you're biased. The reason the NFL Network is showing the Rams versus the Cowboys is what? What is the reason? So NFL Network cut back to the studio. They're showing it's the three guys in the studio. Behind them is a graphic of Tampa Bay and Titans. So maybe they're going to be cutting back and forth between these three games, in which case I do think that Shiloh playing against Cam Ward is, again, to me, such a big story that if Shiloh gets reps, they're probably, but then again, Tampa Bay is playing on its own channel. And I'm going to check with my remote and see, just make sure they haven't given the Jags a dedicated channel. And definitely let me know in the chat if that happens so that we don't miss it. But it looks like NFL Network is playing games with Colorado fans. And what else is new, man? What else is new?
Go Bucks!
Don't see any updates in the chat. Let's see. Let's at least look at the ESPN Gamecast and see that why is the Gamecast not even showing who has the ball? It looks like the Steelers have the ball. Usually there's a little football by whichever team has the ball. And all right, we're showing the Titans game on the same channel now. So we're going to see a little bit of Cam Ward, who I also think is going to have a great career. But I think my prediction, I'm only saying it over and over because I think Shadore is going to have an even more legendary career and prove the draft, whatever that was, over time to be as crazy and unjust as many of us on this channel and our little community know how crazy it is for Shadore to have fallen as far as he did. But we're looking for Shiloh on the Bucks while they're showing the Bucks. Would love to see Shiloh get a pick against Cam Ward. I don't know if he will be in against Cam Ward. I don't even know if he's going to get any reps tonight. I do think that he will make the team, so hopefully he will get some reps tonight. But again, I'm saying that for my prediction, so if I'm wrong, document it, clip it. But I do think that Shiloh will make the Bucks. I know he will play in the NFL. I think he's going to make the Bucks team and also have a solid career. But I think that Shadore and Travis are going to just keep exceeding expectations every year. I think they're going to get better and better. I think they're going to do the same type of things in the NFL that they did their whole lives in high school and college. And so documenting those predictions. And we're trying to watch the debut of Travis Hunter tonight. NFL Network is playing games. I'm hopeful that they're going to give it a dedicated channel. But it seems like the chat is just as confused. I know that we have some people who are listening to the game. I can't listen to the game. I mean, I could maybe put on my headphones and listen to the game. Might actually do that. I guess that's the next best option. Let's see how that works.
Go Bucks!
Mm. Do we have music playing that whole time? Tell me we didn't have music playing that whole time. That would be crazy. Yo, chat, has there been music playing the whole time on the stream? That would be crazy. All right, I am going to log in to YouTube TV on my computer and see if I can listen. No, that's not going to work. I have to log into Sirius XM. Trying to find a way to watch this Jags game, you guys. And I think what we're going to do is attempt, let's see here. NFL Network letting us down. Trying to find a, okay. All right. For now, we are back on the Jags game. So I'm going to take a break from trying to find a way to listen to the game. And we got Travis Hunter in the game right now on defense. Okay. We got Travis in on defense. Steelers have the ball. Steelers complete a pass, not to the receiver Hunter was covering. So, but Travis is in on defense. And so maybe what I was saying a while ago is they're going to show the Jags whenever Travis gets reps. So I think that's what's going on. So I want to see the whole Jags game, but it looks like NFL Network is at least showing, and Travis is in the game on defense. Steelers hand it off. Travis had a chance to make the tackle on the running back and got stiff-armed. Welcome to the NFL. You know, it's going to happen. I know he wanted to make that tackle, though. And it is 1st and 10 for the Steelers. 11-11 left in the second quarter right now. So 11-11, 11:04 in the second quarter. Travis Hunter is on defense. I think these are his first defensive reps. Travis is in coverage. Quarterback looked to his guy, couldn't throw it, and a sack. Smoot, number 58 for the Jaguars, gets a sack. And it will be 2nd down for the Steelers. And all right, we're getting to see, I got a little heated because I was stressed. I'm here to see Travis. They're not showing him. And it looks like now hopefully we're going to stay with the Jags coverage as long as Travis is in the game. I think that might be what the NFL Network is doing here. 3rd and 20. Travis Hunter's in the game on defense. Travis lining up against number 82 for the Steelers. Looks like it might be man coverage. Yes, it is. And good thing that the quarterback did not target his guy there, because Travis slipped a little bit in coverage. It's 4th down. The Steelers look like they're going to have to kick a field goal. And we are switching to the Vikings Texans highlights. So, okay. It looks like NFL Network is showing the Jags game whenever Travis is in the game. So we'll just relax and watch whatever NFL Network is showing us tonight. Hopefully, in the same vein, if Cam Ward does anything super exciting, if Shiloh gets in the game for Tampa Bay, I think NFL Network is going to show it. I think it's just huge news if a Sanders is making their NFL debut. So hopefully he will get at least a few reps. And I think that if that happens, NFL Network will show it and we'll talk about it. Let's see, Corleone. Want to see Cam get some run. Now, are you talking about Cam Ward scrambling, or are you talking about Cam Silman-Craig hitting a running back? I assume you're talking about Cam Ward getting some runs. Let me know. And guys, I don't know if I had background music playing earlier the whole time. When I went to switch something, there was music playing in my headphones when I didn't expect it. Okay, we're showing clips of Shadore last night doing the watch, as we saw. And here's highlights of Shadore rolling to the left, throwing a beautiful 15, 20-yard touch pass to the back of the end zone on a crossing route over the head of 2 guys, leading his receiver, so the trailing defender had no chance. Here he is throwing a strike over the middle, same type 15, 20-yard throw. Perfect timing. Losing our camera again. What is going on tonight with the technical difficulties? Goodness gracious. Can I just get some smoothness if we can't get the whole game? What is going on here? You talking about the shark. You talking about Cam Silman-Craig. Yeah. I want to see definitely looking out for Cam and BJ Green to both get some reps. And trying to figure out what's going on with your boy's camera. Okay, I think we got it fixed again, so we'll be, I don't know why we have to keep doing this, but yo, it is what it is, and this is just part of the live experience. And, you know, we do what we can with what we got. All right, we're still on Shadore highlights, and yeah, man, some of the passes that he threw last night, it's just, I didn't see anything where Joe Flacco would have been a preferable guy to have in the game. What throw, what situation would you have rather had Joe Flacco? And don't even joke about Dylan Gabriel with me tonight. And no disrespect to Dylan Gabriel, as far as me talking anything that might be construed as negative towards Dylan Gabriel, it is strictly from the point of view of, do not tell me that you deserve to play over Shadore. Don't tell me, don't, his friends and family, don't haters. If you do, we can argue about it and debate it, but I'm telling you my position clear as day. You are crazy, in my opinion, if you think that Dylan Gabriel should be in the same conversation as Shadore to start. Maybe he comes back from the hamstring injury, he gets in the game, and I have to eat my words. If that happens, then I will, but I do not predict that. I predict that They're going to keep trying to give other people some reps, but Shadore is just going to pull away with the job in such an undeniable way. Every time he gets in the game, the coaches have to be asking themselves, do we want to win or what are we doing here? If you want to win, show me. There's very few quarterbacks in the NFL that look like what Shadore did last night. And so far, LeJohntay and Shadore have had the most legendary NFL debuts. Travis, we'll see how many reps he gets to keep playing in the game. But, whether it's been play calling or the other team scheme, whatever it is, we haven't seen any fireworks from Travis tonight, which for me, where are we at in this game? Bear with me as I reload. The ESPN Gamecast that is on the screen is live. So we're 6 minutes left in the second quarter and no highlights really from Travis yet. He's made a couple of catches, but not what I've been expecting so far. And that doesn't change my prediction for his career by any stretch. I mean, this is game one preseason. But you saw what Shadore did with that opportunity last night, and I just expect that from Travis because that's what we've always seen. With Shadore or a quarterback, it is different because when you're in, you are touching the ball every play, and so that's a huge difference. And again, full faith in Travis. I still, just being honest, because I said it before the game started, I thought there would be fireworks early. And it just hasn't happened. Trevor Lawrence looks a little frustrated. Travis looks a little frustrated. It is what it is. That does not change the career that I think Travis is going to have. And they're going to learn. Travis is more of a new tool in the toolbox for the coaching staff to learn if they haven't coached that already. Whereas Shadore is playing a tried and true role. They're asking him to do what they would ask pretty much any quarterback to do. With Travis, it is going to take some time for the Jacksonville coaching staff to really dial in, hopefully, all of the ways to optimize him and to make the most of having a weapon like Travis Hunter. I want to see them get him in space. We haven't seen that yet. So we'll be here tonight until they pull Travis out of the game. And once they pull Travis out of the game, we'll probably go ahead and cut the stream because, again, the point of this is to document our buffs in the NFL, specifically Shadore and Travis's debut. We are looking for Cam Silman Craig tonight. We're looking for BJ Green. We're looking for Shiloh over at Tampa Bay. Let me know if I'm missing anybody. Exactly. I mean, the touch throws and the high velocity throws and everything in between Shadore made last night are what you would normally say that you want a veteran in there to do. Flacco knows how to manage it in the red zone. Flacco knows how to not throw interceptions in the red zone, whether he's backed up against his own or he's in the other team's red zone. We talked about how when you're backed up to your own end zone, it can be really scary to throw a pick six because if you go to throw a short pass and you get picked off, it's a touchdown like that. If you're in your own red zone, you have the defense becoming very compressed, so there's a higher density of men to avoid when you're throwing the ball. And you need a quarterback who knows how to handle both of those situations. And normally, you would expect to look at Shadore's tape from last night and say, okay, here's some areas where a veteran quarterback like Flacco could have, done a better job. Even if Shadore still won, you would expect to be able to make the argument, well, here's some obvious places that Flacco, would be preferable. I did not see that. I saw Shadore, again, we acknowledge the 2 or 3 bad throws that he made, just as he did, but that's grading him against perfection. If you're just grading him as an NFL starter, let alone his first NFL game experience, preseason, whatever, still his first NFL game experience. It was unbelievable. And there was at no point in time watching the game would I ever feel like as a coach that, okay, here's where I'd rather have Flacco. Maybe we'll see that in upcoming games. Wouldn't be surprising, but I don't think we will, man. I mean, maybe against tougher defenses, we'll see Shadore struggle a little bit. But he didn't just look like he belonged last night. He looked like one of the best players on the field. And I feel like the defense was looking at him that way, that they didn't even have time to think about, let me get in a shot on Shadore, let me welcome him to the NFL, because he was running that offense in a way that kept them all having to just play football and focus on football. And eventually for the Panthers losing football and for the Browns winning football. And Shadore only got to play 2.5 quarters and completely controlled the game, put up legendary first time in the NFL type stats, like we said he would 2 years ago, like we said he would last year, like we said he would this spring, like we said he would 15 minutes before the game last night, like we said he would Wednesday when it was announced he would be starting. Because if you've seen great quarterbacks play in person and you've seen Shadore play in person, you know that Shadore is a great quarterback and he's up there. I never saw Tom Brady play in person. I got to see Peyton Manning a couple of times, Trevor Lawrence, Deshaun Watson, and not saying that either one of those guys is great, but, you know, very highly regarded when they were drafted. Deshaun looked like he was going to have a good career before everything got weird. Trevor, I think, you know, is not living up to what a lot of us thought he would do. But I didn't come out making predictions about Trevor Lawrence. I said, that kid's a good quarterback and he can throw some dimes and he's got really good timing. But Shadore is different. And so from the beginning of seeing him in person, it was like, this kid's going to have an amazing career. This young man is different. And I think last night proved that. I expect to see that from Travis tonight. So far, we haven't. The NFL Network is cutting between different games. So trust that if Travis is on the screen, I'm going to interrupt myself, whatever I'm talking about, and talk about Travis. And if I'm not talking about Travis in the game and what he's doing, then trust that the NFL Network is showing a different game. And it's not, if it's Tampa Bay, I'm going to interrupt myself and look for Shiloh. And if we lose the camera, like right now, again, for the third time this stream, I'm going to interrupt myself and fix the camera. And hopefully we can bring it back here soon. I don't know why this keeps happening, but in the meantime, let's take a look at the ESPN Gamecast. Let me refresh the page, make sure that the Gamecast is live. And it is still 7-6. Steelers are up. Jaguars have the ball. So if Travis is out of the game and we find out that Travis is out of the game, then I'm just going to go ahead and end the stream because that's what I'm here to document tonight. But so far, they have been showing all of Travis's reps. So I think that if he's in the game, NFL Network is going to switch back and show Travis. And I'm trying to get my camera fixed. I do not know what's going on. It's taken longer than it has the last couple of times. But yo, this is live. This is the spontaneity of being live is fun. When your gear's not working. And like we're using the DJI Osmo 3 as a webcam for a MacBook Pro. So you would think the technology is right to work, but here we go. We keep having issues with the DJI. And I'm going to try one more. I got another little trick that I think might work here. We'll see. Corleone, I see in the chat, says that Tampa Bay scored. Hopefully Shiloh will get on the turf now. Yeah, if they've got, assuming that they're up with a lead, hopefully that will give them the go-ahead to push Shiloh in. So I would love to see that too. Trying to get my camera fixed in the background. Just trust that as soon as I do, I will be back. And I'm here with you guys. Keep chopping it up vocally until the camera situation is resolved. All right, I think I might have gotten it fixed again, so give me about 10 seconds and I'll be back. I mean, I'm not going anywhere, but my video will be back. Right about. All right. We'll see. We'll see how long it takes. I don't know why. I plugged the camera into a different port on the MacBook. That's about all I can think of. So right now, NFL Network is on the Green Bay Jets game, which I just couldn't care less about. So that's why I'm talking about hoping to see Shiloh go in for the Bucks, like Corleone said, hopefully with Tampa Bay scoring. I do think they had the Tampa Bay game on its own channel, which again is crazy. Why are you not going to put Travis's NFL debut on its own channel? I can hear what the haters say. They laugh. But seriously, show me. I need to understand the ratings because I just can't imagine that people wanting to watch Travis wouldn't make that game 10x the ratings of any of these other games. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But I need to see it to believe it. And I'm scrolling right now through the guide on YouTube TV just to make sure that Tampa Bay or the Jags have not been put on their own channel. But I see, and this is crazy because NFL Network has 3 different channels that I can watch on YouTube TV. One is the Jets at the Packers, the other is the Chiefs at the Cardinals, and the other is the Broncos at the 49ers. You're not giving me Travis Hunter's 2-way NFL debut out of 3 options, NFL Network? Like, what? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm glad that didn't happen with Shadore. I would expect that more with Shadore than with Travis. So I'm sure that I'm wrong and there is a reason that they're doing this. But to me, as somebody who is literally only watching the NFL tonight to see former Buffs players, just to keep it real with you, I'm like pretty much focused 100% as far as football goes on CU Buffs football, but that's because of Coach Prime. Like I'm bandwagon with Coach Prime. I live in Boulder. If Coach Prime turns over the program to Rob Livingston, or I don't know if Swayze has any designs to be a head coach, Jay Phil. If it stays in like the Sanders family lineage of coaches after Coach Prime eventually moves on once his contract is up, I will stay a Buffs fan. But if they move on to some random coach, even though I'm here in Boulder, I will try to stay a fan. But even living in Boulder, again, I went to Clemson, so I am, but now I say was a Clemson fan. I'm still a Clemson fan, but I am a bigger Buffs fan because of Coach Prime. And not just because of Coach Prime, but everything that those of you who follow Coach Prime the way I do know that he represents as far as being a man from an ethical point of view, being a father, one of the greatest athletes of all time, and somebody who has dealt with constant negativity his whole life and developed a titanium shield, that reflects rainbows somehow. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he does it when he has cancer, when his son gets shafted by people who never played the game, trying to teach him a lesson. And somehow they rise above it all. And then you look at Anquin Barnes in media day the other day. Anquin Barnes came from Alabama, and when they asked him, what made you choose, beyond Coach Prime, what made you choose Colorado coming from Alabama? He said the NFL coaching staff. And think about that 3 years ago. Think about 3 years ago, somebody telling you Alabama is going to be losing blue chip players, and they're going to say that they're going to Colorado for the NFL coaching staff. So there's my little brief rant on, I'm not focused on the NFL except for what the Buffs players from Coach Prime are doing in the NFL. And I will keep watching every Browns game, every Jaguars game, wherever our favorite players go. I still keep up with Xavier, who he went to the Cardinals, but played for CU the first year. And live off the cuff, I'm blanking on his last name. You guys can help me in the chat. Xavier Weaver. I got there before the chat. So I still want to see Xavier Weaver do well. Levante Bentley, a linebacker from Coach Prime's first year, who had transferred also from Clemson. But I'm watching the NFL now to see the Buffs succeed in the NFL. And so NFL Network, I know that there are tons of people like me, because they are in my comments. They send me messages. I'm only watching the NFL to see how our Buffs do, to follow Coach Prime players, to follow Shadore, follow Travis. And I just think that that's unique among college programs. And NFL Network, do your job. Like, you should know. We're all here. We're all trying to watch Travis. And you're playing with my time. Playing with my time on 3 channels. You got 3 channels. And none of them are showing the debut of the Heisman Trophy winner. Let's forget the debut of one of the first two-way players in how long. You're not showing the debut of the Heisman Trophy winner? Come on, man. Come on. What are we doing? And if somebody explained it to me in the chat and said, hey, here's a financial reason why, let's go back and see let me tell you which games they're showing on 3 different channels. New York Jets and Green Bay, Kansas City at Arizona Cardinals, Broncos at 49ers. Why isn't the Heisman Trophy winner's debut one of those 3 games? Somebody tell me a financial, logical reason why, so I can let it go. Yeah, we expect select QBs to ball out, and I expect Cam Ward to have an amazing career. I still just say every time I think Shadore is going to have a better career, because I do, and I want to get it on the record. And it's no disrespect to Cam Ward. If Cam Ward hadn't have gone higher in the draft than Shadore, I would feel no reason to speak on Cam Ward. And I'm not speaking on Cam Ward. And he can prove me wrong. And I will clap it up for him. I will be happy for him. But my prediction is Shadore is going to be the better NFL quarterback over time, to a degree that becomes undeniable. And we will see. But we're watching it live. We're documenting these predictions, and we will see how the future plays out. And, see if we were right or wrong. I'm going to reload and the Gamecast for the Jaguars. Score hasn't changed. A minute. No, we got 30 seconds till halftime. I expect when the Jags game goes to halftime and NFL Network cuts to their studio, the guys will talk about Travis Hunter's first half, and they'll recap. And I'm going to make sure that we didn't miss anything that he did, because I don't think – it seemed like whenever he was in the game, they were switching. So maybe the Jags have already pulled him out of the game. And if that's the case, I'm going to switch over, either cut the stream, or I don't see Tampa Bay on a dedicated channel where I'm at. So I read you guys the games that are on NFL Network, and I just have no reason to watch any of them. I would watch the Cardinals game to see, hopefully, Xavier Weaver play well, but he had a season. He's starting to establish himself, and I'm trying to see Travis's debut tonight. I'm trying to see BJ Green tonight. I'm trying to see Shiloh, Cam Silman, Craig, and NFL Network is playing games with me, y'all. I might as well take a second to hydrate. I'm trying to brainstorm creative solutions as the season goes on. Obviously, this is going to happen. Us being in Boulder and Jacksonville and Cleveland being across the country, I expect there to be times when NFL Network or the major broadcast networks are not showing either the Browns game or the Jags game. So I'm going to have to figure that out. I have to figure out what I'm going to have to do. I used to have to do that with Clemson before Coach Prime came out, and I was as into, well, no, I can't say I was as into Clemson football because Dabo always has kept such a tight lid on the players. You don't get to see their personalities. You do not see Clemson players on social media. They're discouraged from even having it, at least back to 3 years ago when I shifted my focus. And what I'm getting to is a lot of that was Deion Jr., Bucky, his well-off media channel. I talk about it all the time. But, man, that's what really hooked me into the Sanders family CU story. Of course, living in downtown Boulder, we walk to the games now because as soon as Coach Prime got out here, I got on the list for season tickets, and we did not get them until the end of last season. The ticketing office called and said, hey, you're on the list. You're actually not up yet, but we're calling people and saying, if you will commit today, if you'll buy the tickets today, you can jump people in line who are not ready to pull the trigger today. So we pulled the trigger. We got season tickets for this season. I'm saying we're walking distance, to the stadium. And that mixed with the daily well-off videos and the behind-the-scenes access that you just don't see anywhere else. Like Hard Knocks is the only thing close, and I always loved Hard Knocks. And I don't have time to pay that level of attention to even where I went to school, even though I still love Clemson and wish them the best. It's like I've only got enough focus to focus really on one team, and it's going to be Coach Prime. That is all to say that the level of engagement, now that I have shifted my focus to the Buffs, is so much higher because Coach Prime embraces social media and lets the players wear their handles on the back of their jersey. And then you've got all the well-off and reach the people and all of these media channels around CU Buffs that just don't exist for Clemson. So it's a deeper connection. And I think over the long run, I predicted when Coach Prime came to Colorado that all of these things are going to make recruits start flooding to Colorado. And already, I think you're starting to see evidence of that, of players that big schools really want choosing Colorado. And I could name two hands full. I don't want to leave anybody out, but just look at all of the transfer players that we've gotten between last year and this year. And I know that some people are saying the Buffs are going to have a down year, but I do not believe it. I think they're going to win 10 games this year, y'all. Right here, bookmark it. I'm not going to ever delete this video. I'm probably going to clip this after they do it. But I think the Buffs are going to win 10 games this year. I think they've got a very strong chance to make the playoffs. And in the playoffs, anything can happen with not that they're a young team, but a newly formed team. And it seems like they're building that brotherhood and that camaraderie that you need to make it in playoff type situations when you are playing the other elite teams of the season. You need that extra level of bond and dedication to your brothers to win those type of games. And that's where I'm like, okay, who knows with a new team how playoffs might look this year. But I do think the Buffs are going to win 10 regular season games. I think they're probably going to get into the playoffs, and then, we'll see. We'll see. I'll make predictions then based on what I've seen all season. But just from what I've seen in the offseason, that's my opinion. And, I don't need any haters watching the video later to tell me your very common opinion, because it's common, and I know what you're going to say. I don't care. I'm documenting my opinion. Document yours on your channel. You can put it in the comments, but I think the Buffs are going to have a great year. All right, guys, we're still on the Jets Green Bay game, which is just super frustrating. And I guess it's halftime. The Steelers apparently scored before halftime. So when NFL Network comes back, I wonder if okay, here we go. It's the last play, so maybe a penalty happened or something. Jacksonville is apparently attempting a field goal. We'll see. We'll take a look and see if the score changes, if they make it. Super bummed out right now that yeah, there you go. And see, I don't want to leave any of the other players out, so I'll let other people name names. But I think you could even add in Salt, now. But I got to start saying everybody if I say any of their names, because if you know who the Buffs have added, then you know, and you don't even need me to run it all down. If you don't know, then you're probably a hater, and you're probably going to just move the goalposts after we're right anyway. So what's the point? The point is I'm putting my prediction, in documented form, in video, on YouTube, forever, whether I'm right or wrong about Shadore having a Hall of Fame career, Travis Hunter having a Hall of Fame career, the Buffs winning 10 games this season. It will be here, and I'll either get to clip it and say, see, I knew what I was talking about, or the haters can clip it and be like, love and liberty, don't know ball. But we'll see. We'll see. And I was wrong about Shadore getting drafted in the first round. I still don't think that I was wrong, but I will admit I predicted he was going top 5, and stand by that prediction. But we'll still be like, hey, I was wrong. I thought even with shenanigans, even with whatever hate towards the Sanders family, I weighed all that in. It's not like I didn't consider that when I predicted that Shadore would go top 5. I thought about all of that and still thought, because of what I've seen with my own 2 eyes and what the world got to see last night, is that this man is, okay, beside Cam Ward, one of the 2 coming out of college that you must take if you need a quarterback. And to see 143 mistakes, set Cam Ward aside, 142 what I think will be proven to be idiotic of all time dropping the ball. 142 picks, because we're setting Cam Ward's aside and saying, okay, I'm not going to fault you Titans for picking Cam Ward. If he's more your style, him and Shadore, as Corleone mentioned, both coming from select QBs, those are the best. They're the 2 best. I'll take Shadore every time. Other people that take Cam over Shadore, I'm not mad at them about that because the competition is actually close. When you start Tyler Shaw, however you pronounce his last name, I'm not going to name all the other ones. I mean, I have to name Dylan Gabriel because he's supposedly directly in front of Shadore. You've got to be kidding me, bro. I say you don't know ball. And I at the draft had to say that to NFL scouts and head coaches and even Tom Brady. Tom Brady knows ball. Why didn't Brady take Shadore with the Raiders? And I'm like, maybe somebody in that organization vetoed him. But I start thinking, okay, I am not a professional NFL player. I did not make it to that level. Maybe I'm wrong, but no, we see last night. And again, we're going to keep seeing it because I know what all the haters will say about last night, but even the haters know. Even the haters know, like, oh, I'm going to have to figure out where I'm going to move the goalpost next because if you were hating on Shadore and you really didn't think he was ready for the NFL, you got proven wrong last night, point blank, period. Now the goalpost can move to, is he going to have whatever kind of career? I'm going to go ahead and move him all the way to he's going to be a Hall of Famer. And if he's not a Hall of Famer, then I'm wrong, like I was wrong about him being top 5 in the draft. But I think I'm going to be closer to right than I was wrong. And I think just like, okay, I was wrong. He didn't get picked top 5 in the draft. I think time is going to prove that your boy Love and Liberty do more than the NFL scouts, which it's coming out of my mouth sounds stupid. But again, I'm like, y'all gaslit me. Y'all all tried to act like he wasn't what we all knew. And like, maybe they don't do their homework because it's a good old boys club and they're all rich. And it's just, they play it like it's a TV company more than actual competitive world-class sports. I don't know. I don't know what the shenanigans were. I don't have a strong theory on this is why Shadore fell to 144. It still blows my mind, but it's going to be fun as his career progresses if the rest of my prediction that he is going, hey, if you don't become a Hall of Fame quarterback, I'm still setting the bar there. So, Love and Liberty expect Shadore to be dominant and ball out and be seen as one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And if that doesn't happen, then I'm wrong. But we're gonna start seeing real soon. And with that comfort level that he showed last night and those throws that he did make, I'm liking my chances, bro. Aunties, family, haters, whoever it is, I'm liking Shadore's chances. And I'm all the same about Travis. He's not having the night that I've expected so far. I still don't know if he's in the game because NFL Network is not showing the Heisman Trophy winner's debut. Like, I need somebody to explain to me logically why that is. There's 3 games on NFL Network. 2 of them have nothing to do with our market because the Broncos playing, okay, I'm in Boulder. It makes sense. But one of the networks could be carrying the Broncos game here, and NFL Network could be showing the 3 games they think are going to be the most popular. And I just have a hard time thinking that there aren't tens of thousands of other people like me who are only really watching the NFL tonight to see what Travis Hunter does. So I just don't understand not having access to that game. We'll have to figure it out if we want to watch every Browns game and Jags game this season. I'm going to have to figure out because, again, I'm coming from very college football focused. I'm here to see what the Buffs do in the NFL. The NFL kind of lost me because, like, before anybody gets the wrong idea, it lost me with Colin Kaepernick because I support Colin Kaepernick. It didn't lose me, for the other reason. It lost me when the NFL didn't stand up for Colin Kaepernick. when the NFL didn't ride with Colin Kaepernick, it kind of lost me as a fan. I hate that shenanigans, to keep it kosher, to keep it PG, to keep from going too far down the rabbit hole. I hate when I see things that look like shenanigans, and we've seen them with Shadore. And so again, I'm here to watch the Buffs. The NFL's got to earn me back as a fan by doing things like okay, what do you want to earn me as a Buffs fan? Well, it's the Heisman Trophy winner, dog. Shadore, and they did show, we got to see the whole Shadore game, which cool, but if they hadn't, then it's it's the son of one of the best players of all time starting at quarterback when it looked like he was, in practice, he's been getting very little reps. So it looked like the preseason was going to be dominated by Dylan Gabriel, Kenny Pickett, Flacco, the way that Trevor Lawrence came out and started for the Jags. You got to think a lot of people expected Flacco to come out, Gabriel and Pickett to play, and maybe Shadore gets a couple. And then, okay, injuries, whatever. It seemed a little sus. Did you know all along that Shadore was going to be starting? And are you letting the other guys save some face, with the exception of Flacco? I don't know. I just know that I predicted that Shadore is going to keep that job once you put him in there. That's what I'm on the record saying. And if you are TV, you have to show Shadore. Why? He has the second highest selling rookie jersey in NFL history of every rookie who has ever played in the NFL, y'all. Shadore has the second highest selling jersey. You know who has the number one? His daddy, Coach Prime. So number 1 and 2 selling rookie jerseys in the NFL are the two Sanders men. So you have to show that game on TV. Now we come to tonight with Travis. Why can I not just watch the whole Jags game when it is the Heisman Trophy winner playing both sides of the ball? Come on, man. I know I'm not crazy, but you make me feel crazy, NFL. That's why I don't like you, NFL. I like the Buffs players. I want to see good men do well despite being in a corrupt-ass organization. Pardon my French aunties. I will bite my tongue and censor myself, but you guys already know. You ladies already know. I'm so sus about the NFL. I don't trust them, but I'm here to support my guys. But if you want to win me back as a fan, man, show me the Heisman Trophy winner playing both sides of the ball the whole game. Yeah. Waiting for the Jags to come back from halftime. If Travis isn't playing anymore, then I'll just go ahead and cut the stream. If Travis is playing, let's see if we can find stats here for Travis. All right, Jacksonville receiving, 2 reception, 9 yards, longest. And he's only targeted twice. So 2 targets, 2 receptions. That's just not enough. And okay, I guess that's why NFL's not showing it so much, because he's only been targeted twice. But it's the Heisman Trophy winner playing both sides of the ball, man. You just have to stay with that game. All right, let's look for Travis's stats on defense. Doesn't have any. So also do not see Cam Silman Craig or BJ Green on first or second look. Nope. Okay, so there are the stats, guys. Travis has been targeted twice. NFL Network's not showing the game. I was surprised that actually I didn't know if they would play Travis or not. I could see it going either way. But then I heard the coaches say, yeah, he's going to get reps on both sides of the ball. And he has. But Travis being Travis, I predicted fireworks. I expected to see fireworks. So far, He's only been targeted twice. Whether that is a good defensive scheme by the Steelers, whether that is the Jags protecting one of their franchise players, maybe we'll find out. Either the game will progress and they will start targeting Travis, or they'll pull him out and we will go to the – I won't stay on until the press conferences, but I'll watch the press conferences after the game, the interviews with Travis. I expect Travis to post his own YouTube video about his first game tomorrow or the next day, or maybe it will be next week. But we will start to see how all of these young men from the Buffs, but particularly Shadore and Travis, how their first year plays out. And so right now it's super early. We're just kind of consuming whatever information we can get and eagerly anticipating to see who's right and who's wrong about Shadore's future career, Travis's future career, what type of impact they will make for their respective teams in the NFL. And everybody's kind of on the edge of their seat. And that's exciting. That's something that can bring me back into the NFL fold is and it's not that I didn't follow Clemson players' NFL careers. It's just that I followed them from afar. I never felt like compelled, like I need to watch. I watched more Deshaun's games. Oh, you know what? Kaepernick, the NFL lost me because I supported Kaepernick. I still support Kaepernick. I started coming back with Deshaun playing for the Texans. Then Deshaun did all his, side business, we'll call it. And so I drifted back away. But I would loosely keep up with Hunter Renfrow because your boy's 5'9". And seeing him play in person, knowing how amazing he was, did not think he would make it in the NFL at all. Didn't even think he would make a team. And his career has been average at best, but he made it in the NFL. And I would keep track of the Clemson guys, but there was never the engagement to really want to see them prove the haters wrong, because the Clemson players just didn't have haters like that. And you also don't have the behind the scenes content like you do with well-off media, where you really start to get a glimpse of what these guys are like with their personality, with their long-term goals, with their work ethic. And so it creates more of a fan bond where you're like, man, every time I see Shadore behind the scenes and he's going to a middle school or to a high school or doing buying pizza for this youth group or that youth group, and you see that the main media, ESPN, rarely picks that stuff up. Every now and then they'll show a little clip, but it goes right past the haters' radar. They don't see it, that it's a constant part of this guy's life. Same way with Travis. Same way with all the guys we're rooting for in the NFL. So with the Colorado players and the behind-the-scenes access that we get from well-off media and reach the people, it creates – and this is why Coach Prime is so brilliant. He knows what he's doing. He's known what he's doing from the beginning. He knows that having the second highest or the highest rookie selling jersey of all time does make a difference on somebody's career. Somebody in the chat, let me know how much money Shadore has made off of his jersey being the highest selling rookie jersey, because it's millions of dollars that he got ripped off by falling in the draft. And so again, Coach Prime knows what he's doing and so does Bucky, by making these connections, by making the CU fans and the Sanders family fans loyal to these players beyond the team that they play for. He's setting them all up for a different level of success than most schools set their players up for. And that's what I'm here for. That's what a lot of you are here for. Apparently, NFL Network doesn't really comprende yet, or they do, and they're trying to play with us. Whatever the reason is, Again, we'll look at Travis's stats. Let me put them up on the screen here because it hasn't been a lot tonight, as I actually expected there to be fireworks from Travis. If you look at Jacksonville receiving, he's got 2 receptions for 9 yards, 1 for 6 yards, 1 for 3, and he's been targeted twice. Okay, so not at all the fireworks that we're expecting. NFL Network's barely showing the game. And then we scroll down to Jacksonville defense, and he hasn't had any tackles, pass breakups, interceptions, although we did get to see him play a series on TV. And he didn't have any passes completed on him either. He did miss a tackle in the backfield on the Steelers running back. However, another one of his teammates made the tackle shortly after, so it wasn't a bad play or anything. He didn't get any passes completed on him. But I predicted fireworks like we saw from LeJohntay. Let's just talk about LeJohntay Wester for a minute and give that young man his flowers. LeJohntay Wester in the NFL season's first preseason game, I'm watching, loving that LeJohntay, if you know anything about his personality, it just seems like the Ravens couldn't have been a better fit for LeJohntay to get to play with Lamar Jackson. And so we're hoping, is LeJohntay going to get in the game? And all of a sudden, I see that the Colts are punting. And I'm like, I know he's been getting special teams reps. He hasn't returned a kickoff yet. There had been a kickoff or 2. No LeJohntay Wester. Maybe he's going to be returning the punt. The punter kicks it. Sure enough, the announcers say, the rookie from Colorado, and I know who it is, LeJohntay Wester, catches the punt. This is his first NFL touch ever, y'all. First NFL touch of his life. Underdog, drafted very late. Some people thought he would go higher. Some people said he wouldn't get drafted. Some people said he wouldn't even make a team. Receives the punt. Looks like he's going to be hemmed up immediately. His own players are all around him. Colts players closing in. He makes a couple of little zipper moves, and all of a sudden he's down the sideline for 30 yards. First NFL touch ever. I'm screaming so loud. My neighbors are probably sincerely worried about what's going down. I couldn't control myself. Fast forward, next punt, same thing. He's hemmed up, makes a couple of moves, touchdown. It's not even close. Once he passes the punter, he's got 10 yards on every other player. So LeJohntay Wester on his first 2 NFL touches, 30-yard punt return, may have been 37. It was somewhere between 30 and 40 yards. First touch ever. Second touch ever. Takes it to the house. That's what we expect from these buffs, y'all. Even the ones that other people don't know about. They didn't, know to expect that from LeJohntay. And then we predicted, as soon as on Wednesday night they said Shadore was getting the start, I made a short video and said, y'all, he's not ever giving this job back. I know it's preseason. I know it's whatever. Flacco's still the starter. Gabriel's technically ahead of him on the depth chart. Maybe Kenny Pickett is too. I'm telling y'all, he's not giving this job back. Said it before the live last night. And then I think his play was legendary. Whatever else we want to say, was it perfect? No, he already named his mistakes. We've talked about the little mistakes he made. But watching the whole game, I cannot see the coaching staff ever thinking, oh, this is where we would rather have Flacco in. Oh, this is where we would rather have Gabriel in. Don't even have to mention Kenny Pickett. Sorry, Kenny Pickett. But he didn't look like he belonged. He looked like one of the best players on the field. He looked like he had been an NFL player for a couple of years. And that's what we expected. And that gets us to tonight with Travis. Not that it's a disappointment, but we expect Travis to do the same as LeJohntay and Shadore and Jimmy Horn as well. But as with LeJohntay and receiver, you know it's harder for very late round receiver draft picks to get a lot of touches until they make some big, crucial plays. The wide receiver position is so competitive, but when you get in on special teams and you show the ability to dust an entire team that's focused on you, especially the second time, y'all. You know, the second time the Colts special team coach was like, okay, guys, y'all are not going to let this rookie do again to you what he just did the last time. You know, we're going to buckle down and play special teams. Yeah, coach, we got him. Yeah, we got the rookie this time, coach. Takes it to the house. That's what we expect from the Buff star players because they're like that. They're really like that. There's no superstition. There's no bias. It's just Coach Prime gets dogs. And his pick, having everyone that he wanted the first year, it was his lowest amount of able to go in and get transfers, get high school students. Year 2, a little better. Everybody that's been coming recently, I'm predicting CU wins 10 games regular season. And if you know, because you follow the team and you know all the transfers that have come in, then I don't even have to tell you about it. If you don't know, that's for another video or for you to do your own research or subscribe to Well Off Media, subscribe to Reach the People Media, and then you'll know why this is going to be potentially Coach Prime's best season with the Buffs, even when, again, the experts are the people who didn't pick Shadore for 142 picks when they should have. Because I'm giving the Titans Cam Ward 143. He was 144. 142 boneheaded mistakes. Those are the experts who get paid to do this job for a living. And the haters will say, yeah, they are the experts, and you'll see, blah, blah, blah. Shadore's not going to be that great. He's not even. Be gone with that. I've heard it all. I don't believe it. I think I know ball more than you do if you're saying that. And if you want to call into the show, let me know in the comments. I can set it up. You can call into the show. You can tell me why I'm wrong, and we'll have something to talk about while we look for whether or not Travis is going to be in the game in the second half. But I'm standing by these predictions. I'm documenting them. I'm letting you guys know so there's no ambiguity. Like, oh, Shadore, he's probably going to have a pretty successful career. In my opinion, he's going to have a Hall of Fame career. I think Travis Hunter is going to have a Hall of Fame career. I think the Buffs are going to win 10 games this season. I think Shiloh is going to make the Bucks team. Still looking for some updates on Shiloh tonight. I haven't heard that he's gotten in the game yet, but I expect him to make the team. If he doesn't, I'll be surprised, and I'll say it in the video. I was wrong. And I predicted from 2 years ago, everybody saying Shiloh wouldn't make a team. I said, no, he's going to make a team, and he's going to play. And he may not have the Hall of Fame career. He may not I'm not saying he's going to dominate in his first few years like I do believe Shadore and Travis will. But I do think he's going to have a successful NFL career. I think he is a great safety, and I think time's going to show, these things. And these little live streams where we have breaks because, they're showing the Packers and the Jets, which I just couldn't care less about this game. I'm just here to watch the Heisman Trophy winner, first two-way player of who's the last true two-way player. And I got to imagine there's tens of thousands of other people who are just trying to watch Travis tonight. And if he's not in the game, that's okay, but still show the game, man, because you know that there's 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 people like me who are feeling like, am I missing Travis being in right now? And so, look, it looks like we're back. Yeah, we're 3.5 minutes into the third quarter. Let's just look at the Gamecast and see. Let me make sure on, stupid guide of YouTube TV that we haven't switched the Jags to a different channel. But this is crazy, man. I mean, there's got to be thousands of people just trying to watch Travis, And whether he's in the game or not, just show that game, man. Nope. Same. I can pick from Kansas City at Arizona, Denver at San Francisco, or New York Jets at Green Bay Packers on NFL Network, and ESPN or the other major networks are not showing the games. So it's just so frustrating, man. Let's look at the play-by-play to try to get a feel of what's going on. The Jags have scored. Who scored? I'm trying to see. Maybe you guys can put it in the chat who scored. But I'll figure it out from the box score. Okay, so we got Nick Mullins in with the touchdown. So Lawrence is out of the game. I'm guessing that probably means Travis is out of the game too. Let's try to find. TD was Trenton Irwin. Travis Hunter still only has 2 targets, so probably not in the game. Let me do some. I'm gonna look on my phone and see if Travis is out of the game. Then I'll go ahead and cut the stream because that's what I'm here to see tonight. And so if Travis is out of the game, I thought we would see a lot more from Travis tonight. And I'm not saying that as a dig on Travis. I mean, you're getting protected as a franchise player. They're trying to ease you into getting hit by players who, might want to make a highlight by being the person who decks Travis Hunter, like Henry Blackburn from Colorado State. Whatever reason, whether they're protecting him, easing him in, whatever, I still thought we would see a lot more tonight. So I'll take that L of a prediction. That was wrong. The LeJohntay prediction and the Shadore prediction were right. I still think Travis is going to be a dominant player, and this is game 1. As you guys know, I don't have to tell you guys this. I'm just saying it so that we don't have dead air. And we haven't, this whole point was to talk about Travis, and he had a defensive series, and from what I saw, he never got targeted, so they didn't complete a pass on him. He did miss a tackle on the running back in the backfield. It wasn't a big deal because he had another teammate there to make the tackle. But there just hasn't been much Travis to talk about tonight. And so I'm just doing a little search on my phone to see if there's any official word that he is out of the game. And if he is, then we're going to go ahead and end the stream. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for the fitness podcast episode. It got bumped till tomorrow because of the Travis Hunter debut. Also, when I decided to bump it till tomorrow, Mrs. Love and Liberty said, with the college season rapidly approaching, you probably should just move the podcast to Sunday instead of Saturday anyway, because Saturdays are obviously going to be full of Buffs live streams. We do the Buffs walk before the game where the players all ride the buses together. And they all walk across the practice field and into the stadium. And we always cover that live for you guys every Buffs game day. And then we go inside the stadium and we live stream the pregame warm-ups. So you get to see the quarterbacks warming up, the kickers warming up, the receivers warming up, the whole team warming up. There's always celebrities there. 2 Chainz, comes to games. Lil Wayne has been there. I can't even name all the celebrities because we get into Michael Irvins and T.O.'s and Pac-Man Jones and on and on and on. You never know who you're going to see. And one of our live streams actually rapped some 2 Chainz lyrics to 2 Chainz on the sideline with his little boy. And you could tell his little boy was tickled because I did like a verse of part of his verse from It's Your Birthday. I'm weird, y'all. You're going to see weird things if you watch these live streams. But I love the Buffs. I love Coach Prime. I love good football. And So yeah, back to Saturdays. We'll have the pregame streams, and then when the games are over, we know where all the everybody knows in Boulder where the players come out of the stadium after the game with their families. They'll sign autographs, they'll take pictures, but we always live stream that too because it's very. If you look at my YouTube shorts, you'll see a clip of LeJontay Wester from the spring game where we did exactly that. And he didn't play in the spring game. He just came back to support. But he was there with the players where everybody was mingling. And we got him to sign our number 1 CU jersey. I say that he was the first real number 1 for Coach Prime CU. Cormani McLean technically had the number 1 for a little bit, but then, left shortly after. And then LeJontay came in and really repped that number 1 and started in it and balled in it and went pro, having been number 1 for the Buffs. And he signed the jersey and we said, hey, man, can't wait to follow your NFL career. Go ball out. And he said, yes, sir, you know it. And then you guys, saw it happen. He went and balled out. But we live stream stuff like that so that you get to see what these players are like around the fans, around their families, around their friends. And what you see is that Coach Prime doesn't bring bad dudes to Boulder. All of these young men are like Shadore. They're like Travis. They're like Jordan Seaton. They're like Jimmy Horn. They're like LeJontay. And it's just a matter of time before each of their time comes and everybody gets to see, wow, LeJontay Wester really is special like Travis and Shadore. Wow, Jimmy Horn really is. And we could go on. But that's a lot of what we do on this channel. So that's why we're going to move the podcast to Sundays. And right now, we've done 1 episode of the fitness part of our podcast. It's the 4th episode of the podcast. The first 3 are all very Buffs related. Numbers 4 through 12 are going to be how I lost 60 pounds. And exercise is not even required. I'm still working on my results. I'm still trying to get to my goals. My goals involve exercise, but your goals don't have to. You can lose any amount of weight and not exercise at all. And I'm teaching you guys how to do that in the podcast. Everything I learned, a brief rundown. My dad was a professional trainer for the Indianapolis Colts in the Marshall Faulk, Peyton Manning days, the Pacers during the Reggie Miller, Rick Smiths, Jalen Rose days while I was a kid. And I started learning about fitness at a very high level at that young age. I played every sport, up to high school, at which point I went into the Marine Corps and learned, Marine Corps fitness. Then I got out of the Marine Corps, went to Clemson, was friends with a lot of the football players, was really working out hard in my 20s during Clemson, after Clemson. And then it was my 30s working in a more corporate type job where I just lost it and gained 60 pounds and didn't lose it until 2 years ago. Well, 2 years ago when Coach Prime came and I started seeing the well-off videos, it just flipped a switch in my head. And I had other reasons in my life, which I talk about in the podcast. The main one was I needed to get my energy back, but I needed that spark, that inspiration. I got that from Coach Prime, lost 60 pounds, got back in shape. I thought I knew everything about fitness, and man, in 2025, I was so far behind. And I'm not trying to sell anything. I am giving everything that I learned because, again, with my background, I was like, I know what I need to do. And my preconceived notions kept me from losing that weight until I learned the scientific way to do it, the 2025 cutting edge way. And so that'll be episode 2 of that podcast tomorrow. And otherwise, I told you guys about what we're doing with Buffs content. And I'm trying to get confirmation if Travis is already out of the game. So let me scroll through the news here on my phone and see if Travis is definitely done. I assume that he is. We'll go back to the stats. because if Lawrence is out of the game, they probably pulled all the starters. The Jags have the ball, 7:51 in the third quarter left. Steelers are up 21-15. Travis Hunter's still only been targeted twice. Still no defensive stats. So pretty safe to say that Travis is out of the game. And, not the NFL debut we were necessarily expecting or hoping for, but it is what it is. And it doesn't change in any type of way the career that we expect Travis Hunter to have. I really thought that it was going to be a really long highlight reel, the same like we got. I mean, LeJohntay only got 2 touches, and it's still a long highlight reel because they're both long punt returns. So you're showing those punt returns, and he's on the screen for a couple of minutes. And then you've got all of Shadore's passes, a couple of minutes of highlight from his first effort as a pro, even though it's preseason. And I just thought we were going to get the exact same from Travis. But there are other reasons. Travis is, of all of those guys, the only one that we can say right now is legitimately looked at with no reservations by his team as a franchise player. I think after last night, the Browns should realize that Shadore is a franchise player, but technically being the 144th pick, you can't call him the franchise player, though we expect that from him. But with Travis being the franchise player, it's not surprising that they would ease him in to his career. He would have gone crazy if he didn't get to play. Anybody who follows Travis knows he probably would have thrown a little bit of the only temper tantrum you're ever going to see Travis throw about anything is not getting in the game. But if he's going to throw a little temper tantrum and show his age, it's going to be about, hey, I want to play. So maybe the Jags, realizing that, said, we're going to let him get in there, let him get a couple of catches, let him get hit, let him play a little defense, pull him right out. That is what I assume, is going on. And I'm looking at I've got a story pulled up here, so bear with me. I think this is confirming that Travis will be out for the rest of the night, in which case we'll go ahead and cut the stream. Let me check out this highlight. Okay, this was pregame. Travis Hunter did a chest bump with Jacksonville, which is the Jaguars mascot. Trying to speed read through the CBS article because I think at the end of it, it's going to say that they went ahead and pulled him out of the game. And the highlights that we've already mentioned on the stream, guys, the 2 catches, and they mentioned that he missed an open field tackle on defense, which is the tackle I was telling you guys he missed against the running back, but still looked good on defense so far outside of that play. There was another play where the quarterback didn't target his guy where it could have been bad. The guy could have scored a touchdown because Travis slipped. The dude was running a slant route, would have been wide open with nobody behind him, and the quarterback chose another receiver, luckily. Other than that, it looked like Travis was locking down his receivers on defense, except, he had the missed tackle where he had the running back and missed him. He had the missed coverage, haters would say blown coverage, that didn't turn into anything because the quarterback didn't luckily see it. But he played, well, there were only 3 other snaps on defense. So the other 3 snaps he played well. And that means that we did get to see all of those snaps because I saw those 5 plays on defense. And the other 3 ones, if you watch back, the quarterback looks at Travis's guy. Like he's looking for an opportunity to pick on Travis on those other 3 plays. And Travis had his guy locked down. Luckily, that 4th play, he picked his first read because that could have been, a negative mark on Travis's game. but it does look like, finishing up this article here, that that's all the action he's going to see tonight. So, all right, guys, not at all the debut that, I really expected to see from Travis, but again, not in any way a knock on him. As I've said now 5 times, as a franchise player, he's probably being protected. Again, Shadore, I talked about in the beginning of the stream, he has put on muscle and gotten leaner, which is hard to do. It's hard to put on muscle and get leaner at the same time. But since he has left Colorado, he has put on muscle and he has gotten leaner, which is going to make him faster. The muscle makes you more durable to the hard hits. And he's a bigger guy than Travis and always has been. Shadore taking hits, seeing that in the NFL game, it always concerns me. You're always worried about your guys because it's the NFL. You're getting hit by, the most savage players, and that's why they play defense in the NFL. But when I saw Shadore take those hits, when I see his bodies next to the other guys, I feel pretty confident in his durability. Like, he looks like he belongs out there. Travis has put on muscle year after year after year. He's bigger in person than he might look on TV because you can tell he's thin because he's a little taller. But the man has slabs of muscle. Nevertheless, seeing him tonight catch a couple over the middle, I have a little more concern for his durability than I do Shadore's. But I think if 2 healthy seasons of Travis continuing to bulk up for him to develop into his grown man body. He's still transitioning from young man to grown man. And when he's in his grown man body, I have no reservations about his durability because of how hard he works out and how hard he recovers, which if you watch the fitness podcast, you'll see how important recovery is. Travis is a great example of that. That being said, I assume that the Jags coaching staff is seeing the same thing. They're saying, he's durable, he's strong, but let's not use him needlessly. And the preseason for Travis is arguably needless. Do you need him to start to get comfortable? Yeah. Do you need him to take some hits? Yeah. And that's the bare minimum of what they did tonight. And they'll probably continue to use him that way in the preseason and then start to lean into him during the season as they really need him. Shadore, if he starts, he's touching the ball every play and it's a different position. But man, from Coach Coach Prime all his life, but then Coach Mo, and whoever Shadore, I know Shadore trains with Daryl, with select QBs, but I think that's more on the QB aspect of the game and less on the physical. But whoever is Shadore's physical trainer has got him, and he doesn't show as much of his physical training behind the scenes as Travis does, but they've got that man on the right plan. Because to gain as much muscle as he's gained in the offseason whilst getting leaner is hard work. And he's not even showing that work. He's showing the QB work, but I see the physical work. As somebody who's seen him in person many times, who I just tend to evaluate players when I see them on their fitness, and I can't help it. It's what I notice. And Shadore, what I had noticed previously is that man is in full bulking mode. They are feeding him, just keeping him just right on the edge of having a little belly and being a little bit thick to make sure that he's growing muscle at all time. And then you see, oh, wow, just in the off season to the NFL, he trimmed a lot of that fat and got leaner, but got more muscular at the same time. And, you can do that over 6 months if you are working at it like it's your job. And so Shadore just showing, the most promising signs right now as far as I could see the Browns. having to lean on him completely into the season as he establishes himself as the no-brainer quarterback. You have to lean on your quarterback. You have to, even if they are a franchise player. Like the Jags will have to lean on Trevor Lawrence and put him at more risk. With Travis, like it or not, you don't have to necessarily lean on him like you do a quarterback. You pair that with he still needs a couple of years to catch up to Shadore's grown man body. And I think I see what the Jags are playing at here. All that being said, thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. This has been Love and Liberty. We were here to document Travis's debut. It wasn't exactly what we thought it would be earlier in the day, but in hindsight, it kind of all makes sense. And we will stay tuned and eagerly anticipate his second game, third game for the rest of his career. Travis, Shadore, we want to see Shiloh, all the buffs. I can't go down the whole list right now. You guys already know what it is. But again, guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been Love and Liberty. We will have episode 2 of the fitness podcast posting tomorrow. Everything I learned losing 60 pounds over the course of a year, you can do it too. There's no exercise required. If you do want to exercise, we will 100% get into that as well. But anyway, that's tomorrow, guys. All right. Peace out. Love and Liberty, wherever you are. Much love. Best wishes. All right. See ya.